Good evening, everyone. So, I am back with a new video answering your questions. So, today, my question of discussion is what are the scope of employability after studying bachelor's and master's in medical laboratory technology? So, as in my last video, I have discussed that the different aspects of the subject. So, today I will discuss about its employability. The first and foremost thing is that because the students are learning the skills associated with various kinds of diagnostic tests, then various instrumentations which are used in the diagnostic test. So, the most important employment in this particular sector is in healthcare, that is clinical laboratory technologist. So, in various pathological laboratories, in various clinical research laboratories where we get pathogenic samples, infectious specimen every day, various kinds of blood samples, right, tissue samples, tissue sections. So medical laboratory technologists are doing job in diagnosing the correct or pinpointing the disease. So it is a part of clinical laboratory technologist. Another important aspects of medical laboratory technologist like microbiologist is the hospitals. Because I have already discussed in my previous videos that if you go into the ICU of the hospital, you will see that most of the patients are above 65 years of age and they are suffering from one or the other infectious diseases. Most prevalent infectious disease in a hospital is pneumonia, which is caused by a bacteria. So there are so many different infectious diseases which are there prevailing in a hospital, and so a lot of infectious specimens are generated every day in a hospital. Apart from it, there are many other specimens like, for example, blood samples, urine samples, stool samples. So there are so many different kinds of specimens which are collected every day in a hospital, and there has to be some technologist behind who will be doing the test, who will be bringing about the results and inferring the results. So medical laboratory technologists get job in hospitals. Medical laboratory technologists get job as a laboratory technicians or as a laboratory technologist in any kind of diagnostic laboratory. Say it is a government diagnostic laboratory or a private diagnostic laboratory. Apart from it, there is a huge scope of medical laboratory technologists to be a part of government research lab. Government laboratory technician. So there are various research labs in which there are high throughput instruments to be used for research, for data analysis, for data interpretation, for sample collection, for sample processing. So medical laboratory technologies play a pivotal role in even the various research laboratories. Even the government research laboratories also require medical laboratory technologists. Then medical laboratory technologists they also learn about laboratory management. So as a laboratory manager also, medical laboratory technologists play a pivotal role even in blood bank technologists. How to collect blood, what is the various basic science behind blood transfusion. So what are the tests which are required before doing a blood transfusion. So blood bank technologists, so medical laboratory technologists also get employment in the blood bank sector as well. Even in the forensic lab, apart from geneticists, medical laboratory technologists play a pivotal role because of their skills which they develop during their courses, because they are mainly trained in doing various kinds of diagnostic tests, various kinds of high throughput techniques, whether say it is a genetic technique or it's a molecular biology technique or it's a microbiological technique. Medical laboratory technologists are trained with all those techniques, so they are eligible even to be a part of forensic lab. Apart from it, in quality control and quality assurance, nowadays medical laboratory technologists are basically recruited. As well as they can also go for sales and marketing. So medical laboratory technology is basically a demand of time, because you know that diagnosis of a disease, say it is a lifestyle disease, say it is an infectious disease, say it is a genetic disease, requires sample collection. Like there are many, you know, if I talk of biopsy, so you have to have tissue sections, how to do sectioning of the tissue, how to interpret the sectioning after under microscope. That's why they basically study about, you know, histopathology. They study about cytopathology. They study about diagnostic cytology, which deals with the cells. Some cells is enough to diagnose the disease. So, and there are so many classifications of these subjects, like diagnostic cytology, histopathology, etc. But since they are trained with the specialized techniques, they are trained with the ethics of the lab, they are trained with the, safety of the lab. So that's why they are most eligible to be a part of the lab, to be a part of the diagnostic tests. So in most of the labs, say it is a government lab or a private lab or a hospitals, medical laboratory technologists are recruited. So that's all for today. So I will answer many more questions regarding many more professional courses. Like in my next video, I will be talking about that how do we train medical laboratory technology to be a professional in our institute. So that we will be discussing in our next video. Thank you. Good night.